Hello everyone, Tammy here. Welcome to my channel. Um, I'm in the middle of trying to organize myself and my thoughts, and I was getting nowhere, and I thought, you know what? I know this goes against everything that I think, but I'm going to turn on the camera and maybe stuff will come to me. Okay, I am going to light my candle, and I have dog fur all over my sleeves, so don't mind that. Okay, I'm gonna light my candle for myself, for some focus, for some inspiration, for some calmness. Take a couple of deep breaths. Okay, hopefully that helped. Um, I'm feeling torn in a whole bunch of different directions, and I think that's part of my problem. Um, I don't want this to be a ranting video because my friend Janet just commented on one of my videos recently that I'm so calm and even keeled and relaxed, and whatever word she used to that effect. And today I'm not feeling any of that. Yeah, so we had the pre-op appointment for my husband's surgery. He's having esophageal slash hiatal hernia surgery on Monday. And yeah, fun stuff. Okay, I'll get back to that, but I want to say that I am doing the hashtag what's in my basket, and I pulled some stuff out. I need to make some specific pockets and tags specifically to fit this book. So I pulled out just a few things, and then I was like trying to start decorating, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to turn the camera on and see where it goes. Okay, so I need a long skinny-ish tag for here. So I did pull out, I know I've been working on index cards for the hashtag Deck the Year, but I'm going to use one or two for what I have going on here. So I'm going to do, see, this is 4 inches. I guess I'm going to do 2 inches. Seems awfully skinny for a tag. Maybe I'll do 2.5. No, that's 2.25, 2.5. Let's try 2 3/4 just to start and see if it fits. I want it to go in easily. No, that needs a little bit more. So let's do 2.5. Okay, so yeah, so surgery Monday. He won't be able to lift, anything 20 pounds, anything over 20 pounds for like 6 weeks. And he can't eat. He'll have to be on a full liquid diet for 2 weeks, and then move on to a soft, mushy food diet for 2 or so weeks after that. So we have that going on. We also, the kitchen remodel, I did post an update over the weekend, I think. I can't remember. And there's a bunch of stuff not working properly. We have uh, sorry, electrical. Some of the, it's just, there's some problems with the electrical. The, um, when you turn on one light, another light doesn't work. And then we used a couple of the outlets and they stopped working. And there's no, we haven't blown a fuse. So my husband is not an electrician, but he did supervise all level of electricians for many years. So he knows a little about electrical, just enough to be dangerous. I'm sure that's what a licensed electrician would say. So yeah, he knows enough to be dangerous. And so, he was like, yeah, this is not right. This should not be happening, obviously. And then on one of the lights, we have two switches, one at each end of the hall, and they put dimmers on both ends, and you can't do that. And so that is not working properly. The light in the bathroom did a weird flashing. Like all of the electrical, lighting, all of the electrical lighting is just not working. So we have that stressy thing happening. And the paint, they had to replace a bunch of the siding outside when they replaced the window. And they came and painted, but it was super splotchy and looked really shoddy. So they came back. I think they're here today, right now. I think they came while I was just starting. Where'd my piece of paper? Is this my paper? Okay. Where's my... Oh my goodness. I'm gonna cover... No, I'll leave the lines. Sorry. See, this is where my brain is. So anyway, there's stuff going wrong with some of the remodel. And it extremely stresses my husband out because he's just gets stressed out like that. He wants everything done and put away. And he was trying to move stuff into the kitchen kind of over the weekend. And I'm like, no, we're just going to have to move it again. So we just got in this huge discussion about putting stuff away, and it was just very, very stressed. And yesterday I kept saying to him, so I ordered a bunch of organizers. So little plastic bins to put in drawers to keep things organized, bigger bins to put in the deep drawers, so it's easy to see everything and things don't fall over and get lost. Shelf liner, because my family is very, very, very messy. I've mentioned this before. Nobody wipes off the bottom of an oil bottle before they put it in the cupboard, and then it leaves a big oil ring, and then things stick to it. It's just like one thing after another. And I was even questioning doing the remodel, having both of my kids living here. And it's bad enough I have to keep training and talking about and helping my husband because he can't remember things because he has ADHD. And I mean, it's just like one thing after another. And I did not want to start putting anything away yet. And I told him that. I said, if you set up the coffee bar, they're going to have to move everything because they have to work on this the light switches over here. And to me, I've said this a ton of times before, well, to him and to all of you, my job before I retired was streamlining, making things more efficient, organizing in a way to know where everything goes and everything has a place. And I was pretty adamant when we were doing this kitchen. I kept telling him, I don't want you putting anything away. I'm putting everything away. I'm in charge. You'll see where everything is and it'll be very clear. And he, because of his ADHD, and I just learned this like just very recently, because my daughter has ADHD and we did not know it. And you know, she's telling me all this stuff. I don't know what to put on here. I think I like that, and then maybe just one little cute little butterfly. That's fun. He can't remember stuff, and he can't sit still long enough to concentrate and think things through. And then so I said something, and he got, you know, he got upset because he is stressed out, which I totally 100% get, about surgery Monday, and feeling like he needs to get everything done before his surgery on Monday. And that, with people still coming to do work, that is not going to happen. And I tried to remind him that all of the packing, I did all of the packing, like labeling the boxes, you know, wrapping stuff up, just like we were moving. I did that to the whole kitchen, and I did it all by myself. And so I said something like, I'm perfectly capable of putting this stuff away whenever. I'm just very frustrated. And then I need to at least get into the end of finishing this book so I can start on my next book. I have not started any of the journals that I usually donate for the Cancer Care Center, because I've been doing mixed media, which feels really good, and I want to keep doing that. I've been doing tarot stuff, which also feels really good, and I want to keep doing. Okay, so that's simple and cute, and I like it. So then we have this one, which also needs kind of a skinny-ish. So I think I'll go to about here. Anyway, that's my rant. I think I'm done. There's just too much to do and not enough, you know, supposed time. I am absolutely not worried at all about getting stuff put away for the kitchen, whether it's tomorrow or the weekend or after his surgery. To me, that's like a non-issue. And I feel like he's making it more of a thing than I want to think about. So anyway, okay. Ooh, this is pretty. So I want to put some kind of paper down. I don't want blue because this is blue. So maybe this is too much. This is too much the same. But I could put something like this. That's kind of pretty. I'll do that. Okay, so yeah, so that's where I am today, and I couldn't get my concentration going. But if I get 2 tags made, I feel like that's good progress. Okay, so there's that, and then okay. So what are you guys doing? I remember being really stressed out at the beginning of the project, and I mean, honestly, the thing that stresses me out the most is my husband being stressed out. I'm fine until someone says, we gotta get this done, and then I just get like I'm being attacked or something, and it's, yeah. For the long, I want to comment also on my husband's ADHD. He has not been officially diagnosed, but I can tell you 100% that he has ADHD. Um, and the symptoms are worse the older he gets. So, before, um, right before my mom got really bad and went into the hospital, my husband and I had a big argument. And it was about me not feeling heard by him. Because I have to repeat myself all the time with him, like all the time. And he'll say something and I'll be like, we had a whole conversation about this. And this is what we decided. And he does not, he really truly does not remember. At first, of course, because my mom was having dementia, I was like, oh my gosh, she has dementia. He can't. And then I was like, no, he just doesn't care to hear what I have to say. So then I was really, of course, my feelings were hurt because I was like, he doesn't. And this isn't really new, but it's gotten way worse. And so we were in the process of trying to plan a trip and to Alaska. And I couldn't get him to like sit down long enough to have a conversation about how we could, because we wanted to fly in, rent a car, and drive. And so we were trying to decide where to fly into, where to stay the first couple of nights before we start the trek. We wanted to go from Anchorage to, I believe, Fairbanks and North Pole. So we wanted, we had a concept of a plan. Is that awful to say that? Anyway, we had an idea, but I couldn't pin him down on getting the rental. He has vestibular damage, and so I was like, well, how long should we make the trip, and are you going to be okay, if we have to sit in the hotel room for a day because you're super dizzy and you can't get in the car. So there was just all these things that we were discussing, and I couldn't get him to commit. And finally I just canceled the trip. I just didn't even say anything to him. I went to the airline, canceled our tickets, canceled the first night that we had scheduled, because we were leaving in October and this was like mid-September. And I was like, yeah, this is not working. And then plus my mom was getting really bad. And it's a good thing we stayed, because she and my dad both had major meltdowns while we would have been gone, and we were going to be having a house sitter because my kids didn't live here at the time. I mean, it was just this whole thing. And yeah. Anyway. So his ADHD is just really bad. So I don't get offended anymore when he doesn't, like, when it appears like he hasn't heard anything I've said. I'm not going to say I don't get offended. I get frustrated. That's a better word. I used to get offended. Now I'm just frustrated and he won't acknowledge his ADHD. He won't like talk to the doctor about it. He won't do anything like that. So yeah, it's just this whole thing. So anyway, I'll probably be all calm and ready for a nap after you all listening to me. Okay, that gets a little bit lost in there. Oh, that looks good. I like that. That's pretty. Okay, I'm going to go for it. So when he's trying to put stuff away, yesterday, and I'm like, dude, we're not putting anything away right now. I said, I have stuff coming. I had ordered stuff. And yes, I did order from Amazon. Trying to avoid Amazon, but it's pretty good. It's my first order I've placed since February, so. But sometimes you just got to do what you got to do. So anyway, I had organizing stuff. It's here now. But, of course, then he's like, oh, should have ordered this weeks ago. And it's like, I didn't know how the kitchen was going to look, be set up. I didn't know. There's a lot of things I didn't know, and I didn't know what I didn't know. So I didn't know what kind of organizers to get. We have so many drawers and I love it so much, and so I'm so excited to get them organized. And I didn't realize, there's just a lot of stuff. So anyway, so I've got 2 things made for this journal on this What's in My Basket Wednesday, and I had a nice therapy session with all of you. Okay, I think this one I'm going to make a tag out of. Did I even see if this fit in there? Ugh, that would be frustrating. And I do want something. I'm going to cut this. Okay, so get my tiny attacher and staple this on there. Cute. Okay. Okay, so I got this done. And I got this done. Okay. So tomorrow I am doing #Deck the Year. And I'm not sure if I have anything big enough to fit in here. Okay, well, I'm going to go. Have a great day, everyone. Thanks for listening. Sorry about all my ranting. Just the way it goes. And I am human, and I do get stressed out, and I usually like to have this as a place of just calm retreat for anyone who comes here. So, yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. This too shall pass. Okay, I'll talk to y'all soon. Remember to be good to yourself and be kind to each other. And I'll talk to you soon. Bye.